From Jönköping in Sweden, we are into day 2 of the ROG Dream League Season 8 Finals, and Game 1 has been an instant classic. Those of you that are here for the memes, I'm sorry, we'll get you back later. This game is just too sick. I want to get right into the analysis because for the first 30 minutes of this game, this looked like a textbook win for VP. They had a 1K gold lead after 3 minutes. 30 minutes in, they had a 20K net worth lead. They have a set of EG racks. EG is able to make a couple of holds just after that, and then this happened. The 35-minute Roche fight here for EG. Blitz, tell me what happened and how EG were able to get back into this game.
So if you pause in this position, I don't know if they can actually do that. Like right here, you notice at the south side, when they took the fight like north, they were focusing on no one. He doesn't get his Yules off at the last second. Also, if you notice this kick, it manages to connect onto all the while Sumail's channeling his Stone Gaze. Like you actually could not script this to go better for a fight in EG's favor because VP, they didn't think they'd get bursted down and they definitely didn't think they were going to get Stone Gazed. What that was it was just really, really nice coordination in the team fight. I think they ended up picking up Arteezy and there was a nice deny of the Aegis with the wards, but this was kind of the beginning of the end for me because even though there was a 15K gold lead, if you lose this fight, it means that your cores cannot scale at the same pace as EG's, and that's ultimately what ended up costing them.
Yeah, over a 6-minute window between about 30 minutes, about 8 minutes actually. After about 30 minutes, VP had a 20K net worth lead and a set of racks up. Over the next 7 minutes, EG brought back over half of that.
Yeah, and this bottom fight too was even more of that. This Winter's Curse was really, really nice. It brought him completely out of position. It set up for the Batrider lasso. Universe was so on point in the latter half of this game. They were able to kill him right here. Then the game just almost completely resets at this point. I think later on, they get another kill on top of that, and they managed to save Arteezy in this. Like, things were pretty rough. I'm pretty sure they killed Pasha here while he overcommitted for that. Like, the 4-staff usage alone on the side of EG was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and I want to go back to Toby here at the tail end as we come out of this replay because, Toby, as we went into this series, you highlighted the importance of Universe for EG, and I want to take a look at the MVP voting here because I think expected result is expected.
Oh!
You know what, I give a lot to Universe, but I give a lot to the rest of EG as well, because they were setting him up for a lot of these initiations. Like you talked about the Winter's Curse in that last fight, he was still doing good once we hit that like halfway through the game. But yeah, Universe, he did a great job. He stepped up to the plate. But it's better for the fact that EG is working as a full squad, even if it was a Deucer strat.
Slacks is like chomping at the bit to get in here.
That was some Herald-ass voting out there, okay? I know Universe looks like he did a great job. Don't get me wrong, he did. But that game, 0% on crit, that game was crit. Every single time that they got anything, a Winter's Curse, a Batrider initiation, crit was landing the sickest kicks I have ever seen. That series was crit 100%. Get back, get your heads on right there, chat.
No, I think that's 100% right. Crit was actually in on all 15 of EG's first 15 kills. I think they're out of that game without crit. And it was really, when we talk about the 4 position as the superstar players for the last couple of years in Dota 2, to me, it's really the 3 to 4 interplay. And to that game, it was really those crit AoE initiations, those kicks that set up Universe's ability to drag the key targets back with his lasso.
I mean, it's a team game, remember? Team game.
It's a team game. But 0% at home. Come on, guys.
That's a little harsh.
Show me one kill on that Weaver where he wasn't silenced by crit perfectly to make sure that they got that kill. It was great job by everybody. You really saw for the first time, I think, in Dream League, in this finals, we saw the synergy between that draft. Like the Batrider coming in through the Winter's Curse and following up on that silence. I mean, that's the EG that we've all been waiting to see.
Well, if you agree with Slacks, first of all, God help you. But second of all, you will have another chance in that next game. The MVP voting will reset with each match, so you will have a chance to give Crit some love in the next game if he delivers once again. But guys, again, Blitz, I'm going to ask you, having that pro experience, EG really is on an emotional high right now. But talking about the side of VP, that was by the book, everything you wanted in the first 30 minutes. To lose a game like that, how do you come back here in game 2?
Oh, I mean, that's pretty devastating. Like, that should have been a pretty clean victory. And I think They had 2 or 3 opportunities to close out that game. They probably had more than that, but it felt like they were getting a little bit too comfortable with their lead. But what you start to realize is that EG scales better. And it really starts with the supports. Wyvern and Earth Spirit, incredibly useful later on into the game. Whereas you have Rasta and Undying, their team fight potential starts to just plummet. You saw they don't come with disables. The Rasta does, sure, but for the most part, everyone was getting BKB'd, 4-staff saved out. It was incredibly hard for those 2 heroes to play the game. Whereas Wyvern and Earth Spirit, the big thing, Nahaz, is that they come with mobility. Wyvern has the ability to fire off shots long range from his Arctic Burn, and of course, Earth Spirit is very mobile as a support. And so you had 2 heroes that were always going to scale later on into the game. It felt like VP simply just did not respect that.
It was hubris. Hubris, Nahaz, why they lost that game. It was not curiosity they killed that cat. You know, EG fan for this whole series, they're done. VP is pissed. I mean, they underestimated their opponent. Now they're going to be bringing it hard. I don't know. This is going to be a real rough draft.
Copies, guys. This is the same 6 bans and the same opening pick as we had in the Game 1 draft.
This is why we have Solo just sit there and sigh when the Wyvern gets picked up. It's like, here we go again.
Yeah. So what do you take here as a response? If you're VP, I mean, are you really too cracked up about having to go Shaman and Undying? Sometimes when you lose, though, you want to play a different kind of game. And I think this is the first time like Virtus Pro has been forced into doing something else. And so they take the Rubik and the Night Stalker in anticipation of blocking a lot of different heroes. I think Rubik has moved up the most for me in terms of heroes in this tournament because he's good against everything right now. You pick Tidehunter, he can steal Ravage. You take Omni Knight, he can steal any of Omni's spells. Very good, especially in this teamfight meta.
Any difference to you between the 4 and the 5 position Rubik? I feel like they've gotten a little bit more interchangeable, but it is important because we've already seen, we see the 2 supports now. This is more than likely a Lil Night Stalker and a solo Rubik. Some possibility that you might see Pasha on the Night Stalker?
I think that Rubik does need some farm. Like, you can't put him into the absolute gutter with items. But VP, for the most part, they're an objective-based team. And this is the opening that we expected out of EG last game, the Wyvern Slardar. This is a combo that everyone that watches any of the panels should become familiar with.
Yeah, it's to me, we talked about it on the last draft, but really briefly, their abilities synergize with each other, the Corrosive Haze with the Winter's Curse, but it's also just what they do in terms of Wyvern's ability to constantly shove out lanes, Slardar's ability to get you that Roshan objective so fast, Wyvern with the save, just the menu of skills that these 2 supports provide. Gives you everything.
Yeah, I like the Night Stalker again. I think it really does open up that vision game for them and gives them an option there against a Winter Wyvern. I still think that it's good there, but I don't know. I'm not feeling the Slardar. We saw the Slardar before, dude, and it was not hype. They tried to carry Slardar. I wasn't feeling it.
They almost won that game, man.
I mean, almost.
And that was the Ramses carry Slardar that you're talking about.
Yeah, who cares about almost winning games? Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Slardar is not as effective as he used to be in this meta, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm wrong. I mean, I haven't been wrong yet, but it could happen this time.
That's true. You blindly followed EG with me.
Correct.
Although we should have been wrong on that.
No, we should not have. That was
You should have been wrong.
not at all.
I will say, for as well as EG has done, like, and they should be hyped about this game, but there should be some tension there still because we've never really questioned EG as a late game team. Like, their late game is absolutely brilliant. It's their early game that they kind of have to shore up these issues in.
Yeah, and let's be fair, there were some mistakes on the side of Virtus Pro. Overall, very solid, but it was actually Fogged that pointed out to me after the game. There was a pretty key mistake by Ramses even before that 30-minute mark where mid, he used BKB, popped time-lapse, and immediately died.
Yeah.
And was like really squandered a lot of his momentum, I guess is what I was trying to say, even ahead of that Big Rocks fight.
Well, coming down here for our next one on VP. Haven't revealed too much at all. That's what I do love about that Rubik pick. It doesn't really tell you anything. And still very useful. Hello out there, crowd.
Did I just hear you say that you love a Rubik pick?
No, I just said it's great for, you know, hiding your draft. I think that's very strategic. I mean, he's not a garbage hero anymore. After he got that active, he's actually playable now. He's good.
I just like him against like what EG already have. Like you have Slardar as well as Wyvern. There's nothing really bad that you're going to steal from either of them, apart from maybe Sprint. But like, come on, EG, I want to see the cause. I want to see the calls coming out from them. Right now, we're just banning out everything which is going to be slightly problematic. The Morphling as well as the Broodmother is just understandable, more difficult to control. And there's our first one. So
I was just about to say, we gave a lot of love to Universe when we were talking about that game, obviously deserving that MVP vote. But Pasha in that last match was spectacular on his off-lane puck after getting pressured in lane early.
I mean, absolutely. Even in that Roche fight that we saw in the replay, I mean, just doing these impossible jump-ins and getting kills and still making it out alive. I mean, talk about two guys to watch is definitely the Pasha versus Universe in this series. But seeing him on the puck is great. More silences, more damage.
What do you take here? Do you take LD or Nature's Prophet on the side of VG?
You could actually slide Slardar over into the 3 and take Earth Spirit, but yeah, I like the Prophet a lot here.
You can take Nyx offlane too. They
okay. All right,
which is interesting because VP obviously have one of the better heroes against the Tidehunter and the Rubik. So in China, the counter to Tidehunter is Slark, if people are wondering. I think I heard you guys talk about the panel, like why they banned Slark, and it's not because it's not just because it's a movie hero, but it's also because the interaction between Slark, you can't escape the leash even if you're cracking it off, and he just steals stats from you. You just die really quickly.
Yeah, which he uses to kill the rest of your team. So less about killing the Tide, more about murdering.
Yeah,
everybody.
you just you get like 50 stacks and then you pop.
Disgusting. Anyway, so VP's going to pick up the gyro. They have run gyro several times in the past. Maybe they're trying to show EG how it's done, or win that early game with the gyro and give them some tips there.
It's just making for a great team fight all around for Virtus Pro. Like the gyro and the puck synergy is wonderful. Rubik in the middle of all that, stealing if he can Ravage is going to give VP far superiority. And then you got the vision game with the Night Stalker. Evil Genius's answer back was something a little bit tankier, but also, I wonder, like we were talking about the early game of Evil Geniuses struggling every now and then. They have to shore it up. Lycan, Arteezy, I don't think he wants to relive that game as Lycan yesterday.
It's different, though. He's not against a Brew this time.
True.
He's against, most likely, a Puck.
Unless they push Puck into the mid lane for no one, and then the Brewmaster last pick.
Still the concern to me, VP got a really good look yesterday in that Secret versus Newbie game of how to play around these long cooldown ultimates. Secret were against a Winter Wyvern as well as a Tidehunter played by KP, and it just felt like they were patient. They waited out the Exorcism from SCCC, the Winter's Curse, and the Ravage, and then just re-engaged and basically out-sustained them. I see that same potential here in this Virtus Pro lineup.
If I was VP, I would take like Storm or DK.
I don't necessarily think it's, you called that free Storm game yesterday, which actually I 100% agreed with. I don't necessarily think this is as free a Storm game. You got a lot of disable possible on the side of EG.
I think it might be even better.
You think so?
Yeah, if I'm 100% honest.
I don't know.
Because you have to think about Storm conceptually as a hero. Like this hero's not meant to, it's not meant to team fight, which is what they did with it yesterday. But I think no one learned from that because when the newbie guys were talking about it, they felt like he should just split pushed and he could have won that game. Just to kind of give some more insight. Like they felt like if he doesn't take any fights there, eventually he just scales and wins that game.
Yep.
And I think it can be similar in this. Because what bothers Storm more than just like basic stuns is the ability to catch. So they banned the DK, which was my other suggestion, which I think makes a lot of sense. Like if you think about Sardar's amp, who works well against that, doesn't really care.
Can you actually block both by picking up the Storm Spirit as well, or does that work with the EG lineup?
I think it's a little bit rougher if EG has Storm. Storm is, contrary to popular belief, it's kind of okay against Puck, but it's really annoying to play against Night Stalker.
Death Prophet.
I think that's DP. way more stable against the two silences.
Yeah.
DP. The other thing about DK, we've mentioned this before, but that is possibly statistically no one's best hero.
What?
Yeah.
45 and 17. Oh.
Well, VP seem to have made up their mind. They just haven't pushed the button. And there it is, Tinker.
Tinker. Wow. Okay. What do you think about the Tinker versus DP mid blitz? Quickly.
I think Tinker's fine against DP. I think it works both ways, but Tinker should be okay.
It's a lot of magical pop damage from VP.
All right. Once again, pretty close draft here. That's a good point, Toby. I think the Death Prophet has to worry about the burst. Who are you going to go with, my friend?
I'm going to lean towards Virtus Pro again. Primary reasons, I just think they're going to have pop and global control, and I don't know if EG is going to be able to find into it.
VP.
I got to go for VP too. I feel like Rubik's too good in this game.
Once again, I don't think this is representative because I actually think the drafts are pretty close, but I do like VP to win this game, so I'm going to go in that direction. We're going to make it a clean sweep. Can VP stay alive? One of the favorites coming into this tournament, already here in day 2, fighting for their tournament lives, needing a win against EG to force game 3 and to bring you all the action. Once again, we've got Fogged and OD Pixel.
Thank you very much, Nahaz, and here we have a game 2 of VP versus EG, and a little bit of a switch-ups in the drafts in the way that the teams want to play the game. So this time around, EG with the DP, with the Lycan, they had a very rough early game in game 1. This time around, they're looking to make sure that they can secure a strong early game. They don't want to push this late, though, because VP on the other side, they've got the Gyro, they've got the Tinker. They're going to look to stall it out this time around, and we may see sort of similar events, but the other way around this time.
What am I here for? Perfectly summed up, Owen. Good job, dude.
Such a flat fault. What do you reckon?
No,
what do you reckon of this?
I like the points you made. It's very true. That's pretty much what it looks like to me as well. EG, they have this Death Prophet to push, Lycan to push, take advantage of Roshan with the Corrosive Haze. While you look at VP's side, they want to be a little bit more farm heavy. Sure, they can take fights and they can get a little bit of an advantage early game because of that Night Stalker, but it will be a little bit harder.
Without any further ado, let's get in and familiarize ourselves with the lineups. On VP, we'll have Ramses. He'll be playing the position 1 Gyrocopter solo, moving around the map on the Night Stalker, actually, in fact, himself. Lil on the Rubik. Something I feel that we don't get to see as much as we would like to. It's going to be exciting. No one on the Tinker mid, and finally for VP, 9 Pasha, once again on the puck. Had a very solid showing last game, despite the loss. We'll see if we can do it again here. And over on EG, Arteezy struggled on the Lycan the other day. He's going to try it again this time round. See, the situation could certainly look to be a little bit better for him. And Samel on the mid DP. Universe, great game on the back game 1. Let's see what he can do on the Tide. Fear on the Winter Wyvern. And finally, Crit, looking to slither around and make the plays with the Slaughter. What's going on here?
They're just having
advertising.
Fun. They're just being nice. They're advertising for each other. They're
Twith.tv.
They're just having a good
Twitch,
time.
Twitch, if
man.
you have a lisp, Twith. Indeed, Crit will make sure that you, ladies and gentlemen, know where to find Samel in his downtime on his stream. Of course, all of these, a large majority of these players do a fair bit of streaming, so be sure to check them all out.
Looks like EG might take a page out of Liquid's book here, and they're going to send Arteezy safe lane, but looks like the supports are going to be playing around the other lanes for the most part and leave him kind of in a 1v1 matchup. We've seen Matu do it several times on the Lycan, so it does seem like that will be probably what they want to do, and I say then Fear actually ports top, so he wants to secure it a bit more. Pasha looks like he wants to cut the creep wave. Should be able to successfully do that.
Nice mid lane. Samel will have Crit in the neighborhood. And see how this 2-on-2 goes down. Tinker DP, Rubik, v Slada, and this straight dual mid. Up top, Passion, did you say getting successful? To take quite a bit of a beating.
Yeah, the Arctic Burn early on is pretty ridiculous how much damage it can do. But he does get the successful pull behind the tower, so he will limit a bit of Arteezy's farm. But Arteezy did the same thing. He pulled the creeps actually behind the tower. See, it's a really smart thing to do when you are playing versus someone who cuts the creep wave. You have to do something like this or you're going to miss a lot of last hits.
Mid lane so far. CS off the back of the first wave. Pretty even between the 2 mids. The grab onto Samel.
Oh, he's under the tower too, but the creep does die. 1 hit goes on him from the tower. No one does have laser rocket, but they can't get in close enough to burst him down.
Bottom lane, Uni. Still having to deal with solo. As Uni is trying to get those pulls as well.
Doing the same thing. Got like a mirror coming out from both sides. EG supports make their way top.
Their eyes on Pasha. This is a tricky kill, with the orb still there.
Dodges both Arctic Burn ticks, both from the face shift and the orb. Very nicely done by Pasha. He wouldn't die, but still a nice little cheeky play.
See if Pasha gets as much from this lane as he did in game 1. He had a great showing on the puck when he was farming sort of 1v1 against Arteezy. Yeah. And so far so good. 5 for 3 against the 4 for 3. Pasha finding a lot of that lane as well.
Pasha's putting a lot of pressure on Arteezy up top.
Oh, look at this mid lane wraparound for Solo. He's got a DZ rune looking for Samel. Samel will be able to back up and hide in the trees. So Solo doesn't quite find the angle that he wants to go in from.
Look at this creep wave Pasha's got going here. Triple range creep. But putting a lot of pressure onto RTZ. RTZ forced to use the salve right away. Yeah, look at the last hits already. VP coming out a bit ahead in the start of this one, having that dual range mid, punishing Sumail. And Gyrocopter versus Tide, also favorable for VP. And Ramses is a bit different than RTZ is with the Gyrocopter. He tends to actually always go for the Rocket Barrage biz, while we see RTZ, he goes the missile and the flak cannon exclusively.
Top Pasha. Again, just sort of toying with them, playing around, as you mentioned.
Nice cancel by Crit.
Yeah, Crit. Able to outplay there with the crush. Pasha will not have phase shifting or backup. EG get themselves first blood. Mid lane, Lil. Drag back onto Sumail. Sumail's got the Spirit Siphon. That should be enough to keep him more than safe. As Sumail backs away. But definitely, yeah, as you mentioned, the fact that this gyro, 24-11, Ramsey's getting everything out of this bottom lane. And evidently, RTZ suffering a little bit with CSing with the pressure of Pasha.
Yeah, I know you'd said in the beginning too, but I just realized, it just like clicked in my head. Solo's playing Night Stalker.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and Lil's playing Rubik. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
It
took me a moment actually just to...
I mean, because I was in the past, we've seen Lil do some great things on the Rubik.
Yes.
Like, sort of a long time ago, I remember some stuff like back at the Frankfurt Major.
Yeah, I think it comes down to farm priority in this one. They want to have the Rubik more farmed than the Night Stalker, just so we can get those steals off on the Exorcism and on the Tide.
Ramsey's down.
Wow.
And Fear make the rotation. With the help of Universe. They take Ramses out, they catch him whilst the supports are elsewhere for VP. They've started to move around towards mid. EG see an opening, and they capitalize on it.
That Gush leveling, level 3. Having Gush on Universe.
Mid lane VP going in on Sumail, and as soon as they lose their core down bottom, they'll take a core in mid. Solo with the rotation. Fantastic use of the first night. He's got eyes on Crit as well. Crit with a quick crush. Will be fine. Has Fear around as well. And so Solo will not continue to chase. But yeah, Solo just trying to maximize what he can get done during this first night. Looks back towards mid lane. A second time in a row would be beautiful for VP. They have the drag back. Do they have the damage? The Siphon is not enough to save Sumail. A second pick off on mid. Solo, I mean, that is the dream, isn't it? First night, you kill the mid twice.
Yeah, this might be the most farm we'll see Solo in a long time. He's already at like 1,500 net worth. He's got the last 2 kills.
Hey, fool me once. Fool me twice.
That's Sumail having no TP up to go back to the mid lane too. Perfectly executed. Yeah.
For no one. RTZ's getting a bit of a chance to catch back up, but he's still behind that farm of Ramses.
Yep.
Again, I mean, we saw in game 1, VP just seemed to be very comfortable with the movements in the laning stage, and on just a bit of a different level to that of EG in the early game. And regardless of the heroes, apparently.
They are very dominant. Bottom now. Solo going in. Missile comes out.
Here's Beefy with the Rocket Barrage, and the mass amounts of lockdown. It's going to be close, but it's not quite enough. With the Wyvern turning up, VP back away. They know they can't continue for the kill. Ramsey's getting slowed down. Splinter Blast connects as well. Crit trying to move in for the crush. Can't quite close the gap. Across the Rocket Barrage, and EG do back away. Neither side losing anyone.
The Nighttime Howl as well playing in there for Universe. Just that 200 burst of health that he gets.
Mid lane, 30 for 18 against the 17 for 5.
Look at Solo, he's hasted.
Again. He's moving in. Sumail
no TP.
Has had an absolute nightmare with these movements from Solo. 4 heroes surrounding him, and VP again beautifully targeting Sumail. 3 times they've taken him down, and when it's a Death Prophet, you cannot afford to get behind, and the fact that this Tinker's getting ahead, this is VP once again making some top-class movements.
Yeah, this is going to be very early boots of travel coming out onto no one here. He's already about 600 gold away. Bottom lane, Ramses, Crit. Finds the crush. Don't think they can close the gap on him, though. And there's vision in that bottom lane, too. They got the ward behind the tower, so they do see that Fear and Crit are lingering in the area.
Certainly trying to put more pressure onto Ramses.
Yeah, he breaks the clarity there with the Gush. Pretty important. Ramses has another one, though. Gonna actually commit the call down.
Okay, they do get the initial slow. Void as well, but with the reveal of Fear on the sidelines, Ramses backs up. Solo also having to retreat. TP from Arteezy. He's ready to fight. He's ready to chase. He'll turn towards Solo. Solo goes up to the high ground. There's 4 heroes that Solo's trying to do his best to make sure They have to work as hard as possible to get the kill, and they will get it with the Crusher and Crit holding Solo in place. RTZ does finally get the kill.
Yeah, I think that was like a play to kind of force a reaction, because they, like we were mentioning, they saw the support sitting behind him, but they tried to commit anyway. Still, RTZ gets the kill up, alleviates Pasha top to get much more farm, even though he's been farming excellent up there. 3 of the top 4 for VP, again, in this early game. Score 3-3 though. EG is punching back a bit. And no one level 7 already, Sumail. About to hit level 6 though, so it's not like super massive experience lead, but it is a Tinker who's gonna have very early boosted travel, as we mentioned before. 200 gold away from those. And he can get involved, he can look around to join his Night Stalker's rotations to get some kills with that magic damage burst.
I mean, if this Tinker gets ahead this game, how easy is it, would you say, for EG to actually be able to deal with a Tinker that's ahead and catch him out with their lineup?
It will be pretty tough, yeah, because it's really going to be up to Slardar getting a Blink Dagger early on. Ramsey's bottom.
Gets moved in on.
Aggression on him.
3-man cooldown will hold EG back. Solo as well just goes in for a quick poke, will back away.
Yeah, it will be pretty tough though to catch the Tinker. They have to be really set up either with aggressive wards on the Tinker wards as we like to call them, or like Winter Wyvern using the flight to get the vision, and a Night Stalker, or a Slardar with the Blink Dagger.
On top, they managed to find the side. Pasha and Lil jumping in, looking for Universe.
Oh, so close.
Can he get out? He's got the infused raindrop back again if they go for the nuke. They're chasing, they've got the orb there, Pasha. He'll pop it, closing the gap. Doesn't make the connection with the orb. And
the raindrop, saving him for now. Another right click.
So close, he needs another.
One more.
He needs another.
He's living.
Not gonna get it.
Nope.
Universe is
Lil
able to walk it off.
Lil had the defensive no field on when they initiated that, so the amplified spell damage wasn't there at the beginning when they threw out all their burst spells. I think they probably thought that they had him anyway, but Tidehunter. Very tanky hero. Bottom, Solo. Will he get away with the TP?
Oh
nope.
No! So close. The last millisecond, and Crit gets in with a crit. That was
very close.
Very close.
Transition into a push. Very nice moves for EG. VP though, they are split up on the other side. They are getting their own gains. Heavily stacking actually, we see coming out from the from Lil's Rubik on the left side there. Triple medium camp.
I'll take that tower with ease down bottom EG.
Catches Sumail back up a bit. So he was struggling, but now he will have those phase boots finished up.
RTZ as well, top of the net worth board, despite having not the easiest of starts in lane. The CS. Ramsey's of course working towards the Mask of Madness, trying to get the pace going with his farm. They will look to hold this game off, whilst EG, they want to keep the pressure on and get these early objectives.
Yeah. Getting early towers, it's the same thing we kind of mentioned and touched upon in the last one, is getting these early tier 1s gives you access into those ancients, which is a very important aspect of farm.
There we go. Here comes the big bad wolf looking for Ramsey's. Mass TP's coming through though. With the cooldown, EG have to back off. They can't dive for the kill. Ramsey's will be allowed to get back to safety. Dream Call popped down. They've caught Solo on the side. Pasha goes for the setup. Does he have enough follow damage? He's close to bringing down Crit. Not quite enough. The rocket flying in will not be enough to finish off Crit. So EG do all survive. They don't get that kill on Ramsey's though. VP doing a good job of keeping the gyro up.
Yeah. RTZ looking pretty scary already so far though. 4,800 net worth, having the book early. He had that DD as well in that fight too, so he just like ran at Ramsey's and put a lot of fear into him.
Five for 3, Ramsey's into the mid lane tier 1. GR around, level 9 on the gyro at the moment. Universe, level 7, working on the mech as his first major item.
Yep. No ancient stacks on either side just yet, not for either the Tidehunter nor the Gyrocopter. Too much battling's been going on. Fear now claiming the bottom lane, trying to get his level 6 on that Wyvern. Solo is in the area though, and they do have the boots to travel. No one wanted to try to do some aggressive move there, but yeah, the creep wave being very close. So nighttime now for another about 4 minutes. Solo's gonna be able to farm pretty nicely during that time. little bit of a slower pace this time around.
Which, if anything, as we said, will certainly feel like it will benefit VP in the long run.
In the long run.
Like this Tinker's having a pretty free game.
It will be very dependent though, because now EG can just go for Roches because they have Corrosive Haze, they have Book, and I think that might just be what they're doing here. Committing Exorcism as well.
VP probably won't expect this. See if they head over. Lil just stacking up the Ancients. Hey, this looks like to be a total freebie for EG. That smoke into Roche. Not something that VP would expect, and if they do, they don't show any sort of intention of contesting, as EG will claim the Aegis for Samaya.
Yeah. We said this was one of their focuses with their draft in the beginning of the game, having this Lycan plus Slardar combo. It's very easy for them to take those Roches, especially during nighttime when they get the bonus Howl. VP though, looking to farm up a bit. The one Ancient stack that was there for VP just gets stolen by EG because of that ward they have in RTZ. He's looking to get aggressive here with his shapeshift. They're looking for Lil.
Yep, going to be TPs coming in. Lil falling down low. The Corrosive Haze and the walls ripping through him. Lil's down. On the side, they look towards Solo. It goes up to the high ground. EG have surrounded him though, and with the Crusher and Crit, they've caught out a second Solo to fall as well.
EG having a much better early game this time around. Still, VP having about a 1k gold lead. But they are playing against an Aegis now, so they have to be a little bit afraid of how they want to take these fights. Ramsey's bottom.
I mean, there's no tier 1 tower here. Ramsey's is quite out and alone.
There's no shapeshift though anymore.
He's also very speedy.
No one is still very farmed though. He has 100 last hits on this Tinker, 14 minutes. Getting closer and closer to that Blink Dagger. But Arteezy's still topping that net worth. Almost gonna have a Book 3 at around the 15-minute mark.
They've got to push, they've got to shove EG. They can't allow VP to settle the pace of this game.
VP wants to punish Arteezy, knowing that he's the highest net worth. They're getting a big wraparound on him. Arteezy is in a world of hurt here.
Yeah, they open up straight in. VP. More than enough damage and control to take down the big bad wolf. Arteezy is down.
And Lil actually stole wolves. That can be pretty significant with the Tinker bots, especially because they're the invis wolves. So he can do a lot of scouting, and they can set up for some Titan pickoffs that normally they wouldn't be able to get. Crit. In some trouble here. Solo, closing the gap.
And he may just find the solo kill. And with the urn, he's going to get it. Crit's down. Solo walks in, takes the kill. We're going to have no one TPing in, but he does cancel it on the wolf. Feeling too confident we're going in against some Outfit and Universe, who will punish Solo.
Ouch.
But in terms of obviously resources committed, a much easier kill for VP.
Yeah, that was...
Send one hero in.
I think that was...
EG has to respond with 3.
A good game for VP, for sure. He got a ward down as well, right before he made that aggressive play. And Ramsey's doing all this, quietly farming. He's 0-1 and 0, but 106 last hits, not gonna pressure tier 1. Getting close to his Yasha.
But the Blink Dagger finished on no one, so...
Yeah, blink on Pasha, blink on no one. He can try to set up for some decent fights. Still no situations where Universe has found a opportunity for Ravage. He has the mech finished on the Tide. Arteezy looking to get aggressive here. They're looking for somebody.
He's straight in. And we're holding back with the Dream Call. Lil steals the Howl. He has got the army chasing him down. That's Rubik looking to be in trouble. Can they keep this Lycan back off him? They cannot. Arteezy finds the kill. Now turns towards Ramsey. Corrosive Haze is down on him, but Arteezy taking a lot of damage. Will get the kill.
The Book.
Very low. He's going to survive.
Yeah, the call down killed the Book. Crit gets cleaned up. No one comes in, gets both of them with the lasers and rockets.
Sumail's still hunting as well behind this tower. He is rather low. He's got to be careful of no one coming back in. Pasha jumps forward. He's able to take the Aegis out of the hands of Sumail. No one's starting to lay down the marching machines from the high ground. The spam as well from the rockets. Won't be enough to kill them, as they have got the mech from the Universe. Pushing EG back up to full health.
During all this too, Solo is like, good job guys, thanks for the space. I'm Nightstalker, I'm farming bottom. That is one of the issues. That's why we see people pick the Lycan into the Gyrocopter. Not only because when you shapeshift, you can just run him down, but you build Book. And Gyro has uncontrollable damage with the Flak, Calldown, and Rocket Barrage. So killing that Book gets killed by the last will damage. Crit getting closer and closer to that Blink Dagger as well on the Slaughter. That's going to allow EG to be even more aggressive and maybe try to find this Tinker, but no one's been having a very excellent game, as we said a couple times. Now picking up those kills top. He's getting very close to that Aether lens.
I think it is getting a little scary for EG in that sense. These pushes are not going to get any easier with Tinker already absolutely on time with his progression.
Yeah, they've only lost one tower too, so he has a lot more opportunities to farm around the map and push out the lanes safer.
I think it's a big worry for EG.
Yeah.
They've got to do something soon. As you say, 18 minutes and only taking one tier 1 with this DP Lycan lineup. Whilst VP have the Gyro and the Tinker in very good positions.
Yeah, and Pasha's doing really well on the puck too. His net worth is a bit behind the Tidehunter, but he's got the blink on his way toward Yules too. He has a significant amount of their lockdown. It's pretty much Coil and Rubik Lift as their ways to kind of halt this Lycan, but Arteezy has queued up the BKB as the next choice. So let's just walk out of that Coil and chase those heroes down. And Solo will be going for the Aghanim Scepter on that Night Stalker. Whenever we mentioned it yesterday a couple times, but whenever you're playing versus these blinking heroes like Slardar, etc., just being able to get that urn from a distance on them can be quite nice. And just vision game with you. When you have Tinker Gyro, you want to be able to win the vision game.
EG aware that they have to keep the pace going. They go for the smoke.
Scan comes out though and it catches them.
Yeah, VP knows something's coming. How will they react to it? That's the question. No one already laying down the march.
Yeah. Arteezy's starting to send wolves.
They've seen Ramses. Ramses has been left alone. Straight in with the crush. Ramses trying to back up. There's mass TPs coming through. Can they save Ramses? They have the lift. It's not enough. Ramses is down. Pasha jumps forward, finds the silence onto the Wyvern, but Lil's already gone. EG move in, claim a second. So even though the scan hits, they knew some sort of a movement was coming in. VP still paying a heavy price for that as EG get an easy jump onto the Gyro as Ramses is sort of just left standing all on his own up front.
Yeah, crit with that brand new Blink Dagger. And the fact that, every time it turns nighttime, sure, VP has some vision, but the double Howl effect plus mech, EG has a lot of sustain coming up.
Asha, some of the silence, rockets and lasers being crit down low. EG, they're backing off. They're very, very low at the moment. There's no sort of extra catch from VP though, that's the problem. Solo actually walks up, and EG with their numbers, they'll just turn and take it. Oops. A little bit of a sort of uncharacteristic plays there from VP in the mid lane with those last 2 deaths as they sort of just hand themselves on a plate to EG.
Yeah. That's exactly the move that you were just talking about that they needed to make, and no one actually, with that ward that they have there, finds the catch onto crit, and he's looking for Arteezy too.
Oh, it's close.
He gets fogged for a second though.
Oh, he's been silenced as well. He's in trouble. He has to TP out there. He's not going to make it.
Arteezy with the hiding behind that one or two trees right there actually saves his life.
I mean, that would have been super clutch for no one if he did get the kill onto Artur as well, but getting a little ahead of himself and somehow quick with a silence. Definitely one of the biggest spells that could cause an issue for the Tinker this game. Getting caught out by that AoE.
EG during that aggressive move they made, they've got some very nice deep aggressive wards too. Ramses in a lot of trouble here, getting ran down by Arteezy.
They've got the telekinesis from Lil to hold back Crip, but indeed it doesn't matter. Ramses is gone, and Crip and Arteezy, they're going to look to chase down a second. They'll get Lil as well. I feel like the feed train sort of turned on for VP.
Bit of a blunder for sure. Pasha tries to commit in too to clean up crit, but the Shrine gets activated just on time. EG finding these big opportunity kills.
Solo, be careful, surrounded by 2 of them.
Yeah, they're cursing him so that Sumail can close the gap.
And EG, they may just find another. He has got the Shrine, but with 3 heroes beating down onto him, there's more than enough damage. Arteezy will get killed by Pasha up top. Pasha goes in deep, takes the kill. And Pasha actually gets out of that as well, diving in with the Dream Coil, able to burst Arteezy down underneath the tower with the help of no one.
Yeah, I think no one came up there too. No one gets hit by the wolves. He actually gets healed up afterwards. He can't blink.
He goes for this. He's trapped. And that's going to be no one down again. We saw him die down bottom. He heads up top. He goes down again. This is...
Wolves. That time was the wolves. Just hit him, canceled the blink. Ooh.
Can we have a look at the net worth? I feel like this has been a lot of kills for EG over that last sort of 2 minutes.
It definitely has.
Look at all those red dots.
They're making use of the momentum. As soon as they got the Slardar Blink Dagger, they've just found kill after kill after kill. VP really hemorrhaging it at the start right now. It's 9-18, and it's still only a 1k gold advantage though for EG, so VP's not in a bad spot by any means.
So they're getting the earn onto Crit, making sure he doesn't get a blink opportunity.
Yep. Ramsey's looking to rush a Butterfly as his second item after the Yasha. And he still has a good chunk of gold, 3,800. RTZ pops his ult. He's going for Ramsey's down here. They're just going for the dive, it looks like. No cares. Throws out the purge.
Slow. They surround him, and he is getting chunked by the Wolf. Ramsey's down. I get EG. There was it definitely feels like a few mistakes from VP. EG have built upon that perfectly.
Yeah.
They're getting the control and flow that they need with this game, with this Death Prophet Lycan duo core.
Yeah, a lot because of like the warding situation that they have. They have a lot of vision around the bottom side of the map, so every time Ramses goes down there, gets punished heavily. Did he actually, I think he bought the Eagle Song before he died though, so I don't think he lost too much gold, but still costly.
And still always the test is going to be for EG if they can eventually break the high ground. As I mentioned, Jara and Tinker are still in a fabulous place. Regards to their item progression, it's not going to get easy breaking the base.
RTZ is definitely a problem though, with the BKB already online, top of the net worth. Now he can just walk through that coil, walk all the way on top of the gyrocopter, and there's not really much they can do to slow him down by any means. Roche comes up, Aegis and Cheese. And Pasha actually buys himself a gem on the puck. They're just like, okay, we're getting like punished too much because of the vision advantage that EG has from both the Wolves and the wards that they got down earlier, that they just are trying to find some way.
Oh, can they head to the pit in time? I think he may be falling a little too fast for them to do anything about it. Solo is around. He's going to check it out, but oh, Crit, quick with the stun. Blinks over, catches him outside. Sumail commits the exorcism. They want to finish this off quickly, and they'll get it. EG take Roshan, Aegis into the hands of Sumail, and the chase down is there onto Solo. We'll see if he can actually get this.
Ramsey's getting chased by Arteezy here, and Sumail.
Pasha is there, but I don't know if he can help him. Solo will end up going down up top on the Night Stalker, and Ramsey's getting chased by this Blink Death Prophet that Sumail's bringing out.
Oh boy.
It really feels like it's just all falling apart for VP.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
They can't slow down this Lycan. He just pops shapeshift and runs at poor Ramses over and over again. And yeah, like you mentioned, Sumail going for the Blink Dagger build since he's versus this Tinker and versus this Gyro. He just wants to pierce into the backlines. Uh-oh. What can VP do to come back in this one? They've hemorrhaged a lot of kills in the last 5 minutes.
All the pressure feels on no one. He's just got to keep this game going with his Tinker play.
Yep. He's almost 3/4 of the way to that Aghanims, so that'll give him a lot more team fight. Because right now their team fight is very minimal. It's just Gyro and Puck for the most part. And when they're playing versus that really farmed Lycan, it's very hard. He just runs through without any fear. So next item of choice will be that Aghanims for Pasha, so that he can actually halt that Lycan a bit with that Dream Coil break.
Pasha heading forward. Put the Winter's Curse down onto him, looking to lock down this Puck. Can they do so long enough? They can. That's going to be Pasha down. Ramses comes in with a cooldown onto multiple heroes. EG getting very low. The rockets fly in, finish off Fear. Self-heals from Sumail. Try and keep himself alive. Quick blink as well to duke out some of the rocket damage. And EG will get the rest of them away, so 1-for-1. EG will be fine with that. Question if they can get any more. They'll look to go with the ultimate. Arteezy wanting to fight, wanting to chase, but EG are low.
They gotta watch out, yeah. Versus Tinker in those situations. They got hit by like a 5-man call down, I think. Yep. If Tinker actually had Aghanims there, I think that would have been disastrous for EG. 9 rockets coming out from no one.
We're starting to suddenly see the difficulties of pushing into this line. Sumail coming round again with this haste rune. He does have exorcism, but the rest of his team already backed off, and he will now do so as well. Gets away. No one keeping the pressure high on the bottom lane. As you said, 500 gold away from Aghanims.
Yeah. That'll really help them just finish off those kills. Ramses now does have the butterfly, so at least he's got a hell of a lot of movement speed to just run away from that Lycan whenever he pops the flutter, and that evasion will kick in. Still very tough though for Ramses. He's going for the Manta next to remove that haze.
Shadow Blade for Crit, so we can get an even better chance of closing the gap for those blink stuns.
Yeah, and to just maybe even hunt the Tinker on the sidelines.
Yeah. That's the Ags complete for no one, so.
Yep.
The pushes are certainly going to be hard if they cannot catch the Tinker to start off with. The amount of high ground defense this machine offers is quite insane.
How's Universe doing? Okay, Universe does have the Blink Dagger now on the Tidehunter. I don't think have we seen a Ravage?
I think we
saw one.
We saw one up top.
Did we?
Or maybe not.
Maybe I don't think we've seen one. I don't think he's had opportunities to really get it because of the way that the game has been kind of going on. It's just been like RTZ running at people with crit. Maybe they had one.
I think they were looking to try and do it up top, but he got silenced by the Rift and didn't
Either way,
opportunity.
Now he has the Blink, so he actually can close the gap and join his teammates.
Solo. Been found by Sumail, and Chris there to follow up. Solo is not getting back to base. They'll chase him. He'll try and get himself out, but Sumail gets the final right clicking. Godlike from the Death Prophet.
From 0-3 on the Death Prophet, now 9-3.
A brilliant recovery from Sumail this game.
Yeah. Both the cores on the side of PG really stepping it up in their aggression. VP still just trying to get that farm coming out. Night Stalker, 900 gold away from Aghanims. And Gyrocopter, you said, going for the Manta. Tinker going for Hex as the next choice.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ramses has that space.
Tower. Nice.
Free tower for VP, very, very nice indeed.
The AoE damage that VP can pump out if they get a very nice Dream Coil is pretty absurd. The 9 flags on top of the Aghanim's Tinker can really hurt. And RTZ has queued up an MKB next to deal with that evasion that he saw on the Gyrocopter.
And that laser as well, of course, a huge nuisance. Are you trying to chase for the kills? This game is going to be very interesting to see how it progresses. I can see this one going long with the way that VP...
No, on top, Universe actually commits the Ravage. He's trying to get onto him.
I mean, if they catch these heroes outside of the base, but no one's still going to be able to TP out. They didn't have any other follow-up. I mean, there's your Ravage, but to no avail in mid lane, Sumail. Been caught out by Pasha. They've got the cooldown. Oh, just managed to get the blink off. The Yule's blink gets himself out of range. Universe being focused, pops the mag. Chris there with a wraparound from the side. Universe out of mana will be forced back by the Marching Machines and the Rockets. Definitely seeing the struggle of EG when it comes to catching the Tinker at this stage, especially with that spell lifesteal from the talent. Giving him that extra bit of sustain.
They smoke themselves up behind Ramses. They know there's no Ravage. They know that Shapeshift was committed to. Shapeshift, pretty low cooldown, but...
To the town, more money into the bank for Ramses.
I like seeing the difference in talents that people choose, because I was watching Matu's Lycan, and recently I've been seeing him actually grab the alternative. He's been grabbing the 8 Feral HP regen at 15 and the 16% Feral Impulse damage at 20. So just different priorities. I guess maybe it depends on the game too. In this game, he really wants to have the Shapeshift so he can constantly run down that Gyrocopter.
Open the ultimate, RTZ, ready to head straight down bottom with EG. Crit trying to hunt out for a pick-off with that Shadow Blade.
Yeah, 50% uptime on that Lycan ultimate now, with that talent and the cooldown reduction.
Sumail will be spotted out. Solo in the tree line. They'll drop down the cooldown. Sumail and Universe getting caught out. Crit tries for the blink stun. Doesn't catch anyone, though. The lasers are out, and suddenly this fight a little risky for EG. They have to respect how much this Tinker can do if they can't control him.
Yeah. Like, if EG's under ward vision, they start getting hit by like 4 or 5-man rockets and lasers, and it just becomes a really big problem for them. We have a little bit of an audio problem coming in from EG.
Yeah, no one is playing this perfectly.
Sorban.
They have to catch the Tinker. Going for a push when VP have their full team alive, I feel like it's going to be pretty much impossible for EG. They have to get pickoffs outside the base.
Yeah. So quick little pause, and we jump right back into it. As the pause finishes, Solo does have the Aghanims finished up, and he has the gem on him. EG is stalking him to look for the grab, but he does see them before that. He knows there's a ward on that high ground, though.
Who's going to jump on who? There we have it. Crit comes in. Just the one-man crush. Immediately gets dragged back with the telekinesis. Cold Embraces there from Fear. Buys time for Crit. Dream Cold just onto one. The Winter's Curse holds back Ramsey. Missile still flying forward onto Crit. The orbs there from Pasha closes the gap on Fear. Fear's down. VP trying to chase for more. The walls at the moment sort of slowing down Ramses there with the body blocking. They have a homing missile inbound for Crit. VP really want to chase. They know that they can punish EG even heavier if they get the lockdown. Missile inbound and will connect onto Crit Samel. Jumps back in, looking for the Siphon. There's the Ravage from Universe, catches the puck and the Night Stalker. That's Pasha down. Arteezy pops the ult, looks towards Lil, but Lil, he steals the ult and he's running away. Some dog-on-dog action as Lil, the puppy, outruns his father. And EG, they've found Ramses as well. They've got the Yule's catch. They'll surround the gyro. BKB, popped by Arteezy. He mans up, brings down the gyro. Lil continuing to run himself away. As Samel's hunting, he has the slow from the Siphon. VP, they've lost 3, maybe even 4, with Lil dealing with this army, beating him down. Crit jumps in for the finishing blow as VP lose 4. No one, the last man left alive.
EG's team fight with 5 is still, well, actually that was 4. With the mech and the pipe on the Tidehunter, guarding Greaves this time, it's a lot of heal, a lot of sustain, and the Ravage does clip 2 of them, and then the Exorcism starts coming into play. And you see Ramsey's damage in this. He can't get into the fights to really just pump it out. He really needs a BKB so that he doesn't get locked down or bursted in, and that looks to be the next choice of his after that Manta was finished.
Yeah, very, I mean, VP seemed absolutely desperate to fight there. They were just chasing for miles and miles and miles, and that's always going to be risky when you know that the Tide has Ravage. There's always the potential for that sort of turnaround play to come through. So.
And Exorcism, too.
Yeah, both of the big ults were available.
Team fights, yeah.
VP should have known that, but they still tried to go head first into that fight.
And a pretty rare situation. Fear, he's actually looking for Pasha here. They get the curse on him.
Do they have enough control, though? He'll still get the chance to phase shift. Orb is out. Will be able to make the blink. Crit's hunting.
Ward on the high ground.
Oh, he's got the vision. Pop down the ward. They know where he's at. Pasha with the Dream Core tries to play his way out of there, but a quick gush from Universe. And damage from Crit takes down Pasha. 28-11, 7K lead now for EG.
I think that was the gem that Pasha had as well, because I see Crit holding it now. Or they may have gotten that one from the last fight from Solo, actually.
Oh, but it looks like...
Because Pasha bought it earlier,
okay,
and then he gave it to Solo. So.
And with his axe. Back towards the pit, EG not only finding great team fight down bottom, a strong pick off up top, they go into the pit with 1 man down on VP, and really the best hero at making sort of the Aegis stealing plays gone, no puck. EG get this with no trouble whatsoever. That's the Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard. I imagine that's going to go the way of Uni. The Refresher Shard?
Yep.
It does indeed. So we are going to see that double Ravage being available. This next push that EG could come in with could have the potential of breaking the base.
Yeah. In a pretty rare situation, I haven't seen it in like too much, but Ramses being 1-7 in this game. He is getting incredibly punished from EG's
I mean, it's as you said, just how well the Lycan conceptually works with the hero against him. Every fight, Arteezy's just been right on top of him. Lycan and Slardar, it's just a nightmare for a gyro to play.
It really is.
If they're ahead.
Looking at this, Crit on the Slardar has pulled ahead in net worth over Pasha. Fear as well, getting close.
The scouting as well with Arteezy's walls, keeping eyes onto the puck, even getting the first hit bash to literally rub salt into the wounds from this salty fish.
No one's about to have Hex finished up on
Tinker's still at the top.
Yeah, he's still incredibly farmed. Curse comes out, Fear trying to save his life, and he will be okay to TP out.
As I said before, and I'll say again, it's all on no one.
Yep.
He has to just keep this game going to the point where Ramses is able to get sort of that 6-slotted, 7-slotted even at this stage. He
really
has
just
to stall the game. He can't be caught out on this Tinker.
Mostly going to be about these like big high ground defenses.
EG certainly starting to build, again, a significant lead.
They have both Tinker wards up too, on the side of EG, on the top side and on the bottom side, able to watch whenever no one is there. Crit draws a circle around the whole map. He's like, this is our area.
I kind of wonder what EG's sort of farming up for, because I would imagine with the Refresher Shard Aegis Cheese, they surely want to do something. They do now have 4 towards mid.
I think they're just waiting to push in the side lanes, not any like specific item. Sure, Arteezy's close to Heart, which will be very nice for them to just like hit the tower back up, heal up, hit the tower back up, and Fear.
We'll get caught up by the homing missile, no one.
But he's
as well.
He's shadow emulated.
And they don't have detection.
March could add up. Fear has to actually run away, but
Crit.
they find the stun.
He gets the crush indeed onto no one. And that is the But that's the catch they're after. With no one gone, they know that they can push. Ramses will manage to TP out.
Split second, too.
Oh,
Sumail blinked
close.
on him with the Yules.
And that's straight down mid. Immediately, EG know there's no Tinker, and the buyback comes out straight away. No one knows he has to be there to defend. He cannot let EG get away with a push whilst he's sitting on the sidelines. But still, EG, they continue to stand their ground and go for it. Fortification comes out from VP. Tier 3 tower falls very low. RTZ pops the ult, Passion jumps forward, quickly orbs back out. They'll get themselves the tower, but with the marching machines laid down, they have to get away. But now, there's this very scary bit of the game. If that Tinker goes down again, does not have buyback available, you see there how EG can easily push the base if there's no Tinker in the game.
Ramses even sells his mask of just the mask that he had, because he disassembled for the butterfly earlier. He sells it for the BKB just because of how defensive on the back foot they are. They need to just like okay, we really have to defend this high ground here. 15k gold advantage for EG, over a 20k experience lead too. VP really in some trouble. EG now has full map control. No one is very afraid to really port out. He's going to be able to port top for a second here, but it's at quite risk. Like you said, if he dies, the game will just abruptly be ran down mid.
As you mentioned, Heart pretty much there for Arteezy. They've still got the Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard. We'll see if EG are about to go once again.
Aegis gets reclaimed very shortly.
Okay.
About 58 more seconds until that gets reclaimed.
And that Hex is done on no one.
Yeah.
Level 22 on the Tinker. See what the plan is from EG. They group up, 5 of them down on the bottom half of the map. I look to take the shrines.
Yeah, they know the glyph's on cooldown too. They want to just try to take advantage.
Yeah, this is the timing window they need to abuse.
Red Shadow bladed up. They actually see no one.
Oh, and he finds the crush. Straight in Universe immediately with a Ravage follow-up. Have they got the damage? The second Ravage comes through, catching 3. And with no one down, we'll see how much EG can do with this, but this is an absolutely huge opening for them to find here. No Tinker for 90 seconds. And yeah, they'll just tap out. It's game over. Without the Tinker, they cannot hold. EG, they take the series 2-0 against VP.
Yeah, I feel like the game ramped up so quickly. As soon as Crit got that Blink Dagger, it was just like kill after kill. EG was swinging with their momentum. They got very aggressive wards down. The Wolf usage by RTZ2, getting vision every time. And then there again, Crit Shadow Blades in, gets a glimpse of no one for a second, jumps in, crushes, double Ravage. EG looking much stronger in this game. They had a crisper early game. VP just really struggling. The Gyrocopter, Ramses just really couldn't get into this game because RTZ had his number. Just ran at him every single time with Shapeshift.
Really, really smart plays from EG and closing the game up in a manner that was always going to be there, that sort of threat of losing the Tinker, and the game is over at that point. Without the Tinker, it's impossible for VP to hold on. Ramses just couldn't quite get himself ahead to the place that he would like to be, but with the way that EG were able to focus him early on and kill him that as many times as we saw, those sort of 6-7 deaths very early on in the game, slowing down his farm. And of course, the Refresher Shard Ravage at the end. Very nice flashy way for Universe to close things up.
Yeah, VP had like some nice movements in the early game, but then, like I said, it was like the Slaughter Dart Blink Dagger comes in, EG smokes, and they just start getting this massive swing of momentum. And we mentioned their draft, they had this like heavy prioritization of getting that Roshan, and they did that over and over and over again with Corrosive Haze.
Yeah. Well, we'll be able to bring the Death Skin. Didn't you guys all said VP, didn't you?
We did 4-0 across the panel for VP, but maybe we shouldn't have been surprised. These two rosters, EG and VP, have played each other 6 matches in the last year. EG currently 6-0. Guys, I want to find out really quick from you before we cut back over, because we're going to have an interview on stage here in just a moment. Who was your MVP for this match?
For the match?
For the match?
For the match.
I'm put on the spot now.
I don't know. I think it's pretty split. I think Universe for the first game, and I think Crit for this one.
Sumail's standing the closest, but Crit's giving me the eye. I'll give it to Sumail. He's closer to me.
Don't do that. Don't listen to him.
All right. Thanks, gentlemen. We will have you up on the panel for the next series. But for now, we're getting ready for our Victor's interview on stage. Guys, pretty textbook from EG in that game.
Oh, for sure. They just ran them over. I think that this team just matches up really well against VP is the big part.
And there you go, your boy Artur, Blitz. Agree with that?
I don't think
No, that's popularity vote right there.
I thought my MVP was probably Crit.
Okay.
I think Crit just did so much on the map. He just set the tempo this entire game.
But it was nice to have Arteezy actually play a Lycan which didn't get completely crippled at the start too.
Yes.
Like the fact he had those necro books was doing a lot more work than I thought was going to happen in the game. Made so much more space, and then his Wolf micro, no surprise there that actually did so much scouting. So then initiation from Slaughter was possible. All these things we didn't think was going to happen.
All right. Well, we are going to go out, and I'm going to defend our viewers a little bit because I actually kind of agree. We're going to go out on stage. Sir Action Slacks is with us with Arteezy. And Slacks, I want to know, can you ask Arteezy for us?
Yes.
That was obviously a very favorable matchup. Did he believe going into that game that he was going to be able to own the gyro that hard with his Lycan?
Arteezy, Nahaz says that he doesn't think you're a good player. I don't know why he would say that, but any response to that?
I actually got no response to that, man. I'm crushed.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you, Nahaz? Anyway, I had a great question for you. Talk to me about that Lycan game, right? Did you think that you would be able to just get on that on that gyrocopter so well? It was a slaughter.
Well, I think there is a timing in the game when you're playing a gyrocopter that you really don't like people who just run at you. And I think Lycan has this peak at around the time that gyro's weak, and then you just take advantage of that.
Yeah, the necro books were a big part of that. Was that on purpose, built specifically so that gyro would kill himself, or did that just work out a few dozen times?
I mean, I can pretend to say yeah, but I think I'll just build that item most of the games. It's like one of the best items on Lycan. It just so happens it's also good for his gyrocopter. He actually killed himself top in like one fight. I didn't even know he died. I just saw it, I'm like, okay.
Oh, it all worked out in the end. So, pretty standard question here, but I have to ask it. Game one, an incredible comeback from you guys. Or else it looked like that to us. Did it feel like a comeback to you? Did you think that you were going to win that game?
Well, I felt confident that if this game, we managed to drag it out till like 40 minutes until we like sort of just came back and got some items, we would be able to team fight them because they were only stronger than us for like 20, 30 minutes. You know, the mid game, they have this like peak and the Weaver itemized to end the game. So if they fail this, like, if they fail to push with their momentum and end the game, the way that this Weaver itemized, it means that we can actually scale. So, I mean, I think he made the correct decision. He identified that, you know, if this game goes late game, we're going to win.
Fantastic. Now, you guys have quite the streak against VP. Arguably, many would say one of the best teams in Dota right now. You guys don't seem to have a problem. And Ye have now exited the tournament. You've kicked them out. Any words for them as they continue on? Maybe some advice for how to beat you guys?
Well, I have a lot of respect for VP. I'm pretty good friends with them, and I don't know what happens when like there are matchups in the majors. It just becomes like this intense series. Like usually like the first game of the series is pretty crazy, and then it slows down. I don't know if they tilt out or something, but that is definitely their weakness. I think they're really a strong team, and they just handle losses pretty poorly.
And you guys are experts on not tilting, if I remember.
Absolutely not. Like, I mean, I think everybody's like got their own thing. You know, if you are owning a game and then you lose that game, depends on like the person to actually like forget about it. Yeah. I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm sure I tilt a lot too. You know, if I lose a game that I really think I should win, and then like with one of my favorite heroes or something, and then maybe I tilt, maybe I don't. I'd like to say I don't tilt, but.
Absolutely. Well, we all here think that he's perfect, right, ladies and gentlemen, on Arteezy? All right. Well, anyway, congratulations. You guys have a long way to go, I'm guessing, in the tournament. And we'll hear some more from EG and Arteezy later. But for now, let's shoot it over to a break here at ROG Dream League Season 8 Major.